Bro, that's off the rip.
Teach if I hit it.
The phone falls.
Oh shit, So are we just gonna raw dog this podcast right now?
I'm down to raw dog it.
Okay. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Off the Rip podcast, episode number 3. I'm your co-host, Tucker Hall.
And I'm your co-host, Bailey Berry.
We just wanted to hop on here real quick. Life is kind of happening right now. It's getting really busy.
Yeah.
So we actually just filmed episode 2 Friday, and today is Tuesday. So usually we've been like filming them like over the weekends, editing them, posting them on Mondays. But got a big life event coming up that we've got to get this one out rolling now.
Yeah.
So because we're not gonna have any time to do it this weekend or next week. So the big life event. Your boy's getting married.
Yeah. I'm getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, today's Tuesday, which is actually the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Happy 4th, everybody.
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. And, but my wedding is a Friday. So my wedding is like 3 days from now, which is crazy. Then I have to work tomorrow and Thursday. So I'm just going to be in my head like, next week. But whenever this episode is dropping on Monday, I will be on my honeymoon. So I'll be chilling. The podcast will be live. But we, like he said, we wanted to get this out soon so we're not skipping a week. And we want to keep the uploads consistent at Monday at 12. This episode 2 was uploaded at 6 o'clock because we both had busy weekends. And we
very busy weekend.
Very busy weekend, so we didn't get it out. And episode 2, we just want to address this at the beginning. Episode 2, we filmed with mics. We decided to skip on the mics this time because we compared the audio, and we think that the audio just being acoustic like this in the garage sounds a little bit better than it did with the microphone.
Yeah, it might not be as loud, but I think it's a lot more clear, and you can really hear it a lot better. Which honestly, from the original podcast to this one, the original one was shot in a totally different location, totally different sound.
Yeah. Very
echoey room. It's very big.
Yeah.
This one, I feel like we've got the sound deadening and everything like that. So I think this is gonna be a better one. But getting right into it. I mean, it's kind of crazy, man. You're getting married. We've known each other since we were little, and now it's to the point to where like we're gonna have wives, and we're gonna start buying houses. We're gonna start creating families. Like that's gonna be fucking insane, dude.
We're both marrying Hannah.
Yeah, we're both marrying girls named Hannah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess we can talk about like we could either go all the way back to like where you guys first met, that story up until now, or I mean we could even just talk about like the whole process of engagement and getting married and the wedding and all that stuff, because I'm sure I know from my experience, because me and Hannah are just starting the planning process, so I've already had to like have conversations with Hannah, and like she's had to come to me just because she's so freaking stressed out. Which really sucks, because I know it's supposed to be like a happy time. It's supposed to be fun, but a lot of that stuff can get so stressful. There's so much money involved too.
Dude, so much money. Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that we're in the position we're in and having a year to plan it. Like that's what we did. I proposed a year ago in July, and we're getting married, and you're doing the same thing, and that's very helpful at the age we're at, and being able to pay off everything, because it is freaking expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is very expensive.
But I mean, I can give a brief backstory on how me and Hannah met.
Okay. And then we'll go there.
Yeah.
That seems pretty fair to.
Yeah.
Let me put my zen off my tongue. Talk like a normal person. That seems pretty good. Let's go there. Tell the story, and then we can get into like all the other crazy wedding stuff. But I guess where you guys first met?
Dude, well, we first met in like freshman year at DB. She was dating one of my friends, whose name I probably won't say.
Yeah, that's fair.
But she was dating one of my friends at the time, and long story short,
I remember this.
Yeah, long story short, they broke up sophomore year. And that's how I met Hannah, and I always really liked Hannah, and I was just like, she's just such a cool girl, very sweet girl, very to herself, very independent, very modest for a high school girl, which I really valued. And so they broke up, and we were friends. We would never hang out individual because she was dating my friend. But whenever she broke up with my friend, she asked me to come. She asked if she could come over because she was upset. She was upset. She just went. Yeah. That was like her first real relationship. They broke up. She came over to my house, and we would like watch TV or something. She was like laying in bed, but she was like snuggling against me, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. I was like, I feel kind of wrong. I was like, because it's like, if my friend knew about this, I was like, I don't think he would like this. But I was like, oh, I also want to be here for Hannah.
Yeah.
So I just remember her laying on me, and she like had her eyes closed. I don't think she was ever asleep because it's like you're in high school, and it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we never like kissed or anything because it's like I'm not gonna do that to my friend.
But you'll snuggle with his ex.
But I'm consoling her.
I'm kidding. I know what you're doing. I got you.
So
you guys have grown a friendship as well at this point. So it's not like it's just your friend's ex.
Yeah.
This is also your friend.
This is also my friend.
You know, you genuinely care about both these people. So like you're trying your best to be a friend to both of them in that time.
Yeah.
And she seemed to need a little bit more of a friend at the moment than he did.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, she was really hurting from this, and she asked you, she reached out to you, so like, yeah, obviously you're gonna help her out and be there for her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So in the slight guilt that I have of holding her, I was like, hey, let's go on a ride. Let's clear your head. Go drive around. You know, just have fun. So we were just driving, listening to music, talking, and I decided to go to Grand Home Furnishings. I went to Grand, and at the time, and this was way before COVID, way before the virus. This was back in 2014. So Grand used to hand out free Cokes in a bottle.
And popcorn. Yeah.
So we went through Grand, we like sat in the massage chairs. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just hanging out, drinking popcorn, eating Coke.
It was a wild time.
Yeah, wild time. But drinking Coke, eating popcorn, and we left there. And you know that road that runs, I think it's called Brookside Drive or Brookfield Drive, something like that. But it's that road that is on Stone Drive that runs beside McDonald's. Back through there.
Yeah.
And if you keep going, it takes you out on John B. Dennis, like near where North is.
Yeah.
You can drive all the way through that back road. So I was driving on that back road. We had the empty bottle of Coke in the cup holder, and there were some wild daisies growing on the side of the road. So I stopped, didn't tell her, grabbed the bottle of Coke, went and picked the daisies, put them in the Coke bottle, came back in the car and gave them to her. And that's definitely a seed for our way future relationship was planted there. It was more so like a, hey, I'm here for you. You know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I care about you.
Yeah.
Is what that was. And she had a camera at the time. I remember how much that meant to her, like how the smile on her face and all that, and it made me feel some type of way too. And I took her home. She had a camera, well, she still has that camera, but she took a picture of that Coke bottle of daisies. So she still has that picture today.
Really?
Which is awesome. Fast forward. We never dated. Let's fast forward. Let's just go ahead and fast forward to senior year. She had a boyfriend. I had a girlfriend. Then let's fast forward to first year of college at Northeast. I no longer had my girlfriend. She still had her boyfriend. This was first semester at Northeast. we were riding to school together because we both lived in Colonial Heights. But some days she would pick me up and we'd go to school, and I'd pick her up and we'd go to school. Well, she had a boyfriend, which I would never let my girlfriend ride with another guy to school, first of all.
Yeah.
Even if they're friends, you know what I mean? Maybe that I may sound crazy saying that, like an overprotective boyfriend, whatever. But it's like, at that time period, there's no, especially if it was a guy like me, I'm like, no, you're not, no, there's no way. So we had classes together. We had the same exact schedule, so we were riding to school together. Still just friends, and I respected that she had a boyfriend, so I wasn't gonna do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So fast forward to January of our first year of college. My 19th birthday party. She called me, and she was crying, and I was like, hey, what's up? She was like, hey, can I come over? She was like, blah, 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 just broke up with me. And I was like, oh, dang, I'm sorry. I was like, we can definitely do something tomorrow or sometime this week. I was like, but today's actually my birthday, and I have like 15 dudes over at my house right now. So, with that being said, I was like, but the fact that they broke up on my birthday is kind of, it's like...
That is a little crazy.
I know. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, shortly, and just to give a little bit more of a backstory, she got me a job at Hobby Lobby. So we were riding to school together and working together.
Yeah.
On my birthday, they then broke up. So now we were riding to school together, working together, and hanging out. Like starting to hang out. And so we started hanging out one night, watched a scary movie, snuggled together. And it's all fun. It's all fun at that age, you know. We're snuggling, we're scared, and you like kind of bundle up with each other. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's that first little like kind of like phase, like you feeling each other out, just like, I don't know what I'm feeling, but I like what I'm feeling, and just, you know, just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah, so that's what it was. And then I remember walking around, like, I drove a Jeep Wrangler, she drove a Jeep Wrangler. My two favorite colors in the whole entire world are orange and green. I had an orange Jeep Wrangler, she had a green Jeep Wrangler. And I walked outside after we finished watching the horror movie. We hadn't, like, kissed or anything. I remember seeing both of our Jeeps, walking her to our Jeep, looked up in the sky. It was a full moon, and I was like, man, I just got a feeling right now. I just got this feeling. So I walked around her Jeep. And then I was like, Jeep, I'm going to go for it. So she sat in her Jeep. I just like leaned in. I kissed her. And then it was just kind of like, whoa. Kind of kissed. It was kind of like, all right, see you later. And then I know both of our hearts were just racing after that split up. So I'm like walking back in my house. I'm like, whoa, that's one of those just genuine, pure feelings of like, whew.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what I mean? So
sparks were flying.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It was just so many emotions going through me. So, and then, I mean, literally, like, right after that, we started talking. Later, that July of 2017, July 7th of 2017, we officially started dating. Which, for me, I'm definitely a numbers guy, and I think it's cool that we started dating on 7/7/17. And it's like, I just love 3 sevens, dude. So, started dating then, and really, here we are, 6 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting married. We got engaged last year. Getting married this Friday, which is 7/7/23. You know what I mean? So we decided to get married on our anniversary of when we started dating, so that we remember both dates, because it's the same date.
Yeah.
You know. And,
yeah, that's really cool. That's
us now, and I have tattoos, but I've chose to have none of them visible just because I don't know. I don't know. I never pulled the trigger like that, but after we get married, we already have a tattoo appointment set up, and I'm gonna get a Coke bottle and daisies.
Oh yeah.
Tattooed on my arm right here, on the inside of my arm, just because it's like that was just like that earliest sign of love and care for her as a person that I just want to have on me forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And that gesture in itself is just like, and it's so cool that one, she has that picture.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and two, it's just like a Coke bottle and Daisy is just. It had nothing to do with trying to date her,
Exactly.
or there was no other ulterior motive.
Exactly.
And it was just you genuinely being like, she's hurting, she's down on herself and like just doesn't feel the best right now, and like you were just genuinely like extending that olive branch of being like, I care about you and I want you to be happier, I want you to feel better. And I was like, that's a really cool gesture, a really cool like symbol to have.
Mm-hmm.
And especially get it tatted is really, really cool too.
Yeah.
That'll be a cool tattoo.
I know.
That'd be a really cool tattoo.
I know, and I want to get it colored. I like colored tattoos. Most people just go plain black and white, but I mean, more than half the tattoos that I have now are all in color. I just really like that. So I'm gonna get that. So now we can start segueing into the whole process of engagement, marriage, honeymoon, planning, future. I mean,
I mean, because that's kind of like where me and Hannah are at is.
Mm-hmm.
We're in that process. We're in the early stages of it. We've only been planning for 2 or 3 months now, going on 3 months.
Yeah.
We got our venue like a week after we got engaged. So we got engaged on April 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
And April 3rd's like, it's a significant date to us because that's when we like re-met after high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then we actually just celebrated our 2-year anniversary yesterday.
I know, I saw
July
that.
3rd.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Which is crazy because like you and Hannah dated for 6 years before you got engaged, and me and Hannah weren't even dating for 2.
Yeah.
Like it was like a little over a year.
Yeah.
Then we started dating. It was a year and 9 months. And got engaged.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. When you know, you know.
Yeah, when you know, you know.
You know?
When you know, you know. And I just, when you know, you know, you know. You know.
When you know, you know, you know.
Yeah. So, but reason I waited for like last year, it's still kind of like an age thing. It's like I don't want to do this at too young of an age. It's like I know I love this girl.
Yeah, it's a huge financial commitment too.
Financial commitment.
And especially being, I don't know, I don't know too many people that are making a great living wage before the age of like 23, 24.
Exactly. Exactly.
And there's still people that don't make that great of a wage until they're like late 20s.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that was the time period I started making a more substantial amount of money at my job. And then she had just graduated with her master's degree last summer. I got a teaching job that actually pays really well. She's in a city school system. So, I mean, she's making really good money for a teacher, which is like pretty few and far between nowadays.
Yeah. But also, I mean, you got to think too, is like you're making good money now.
Yeah.
She's making good money now.
Yeah.
So like when you're married, like now that is your income, is like dual income.
Exactly.
You know? So like that's what me and Hannah think about it too. Is like we both make good money.
Yeah.
But if you put our money together, it's like we make really good money.
Exactly.
We make money that we could support marriage, a house,
a family,
kids. We can support that stuff now together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely, once you get to that point, it's like, okay, now we can start thinking about buying a ring, getting engaged, and taking that next step.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're very fortunate to have had this time and to pay off the wedding, pay off our honeymoon, pay off the rings within a year, and still being able to save money at the same time. Like that's so huge. And then and now we know, because ever since that she's gotten her full-time job, we've been paying stuff off this whole time. So we really don't know what it looks like to fully be saving everything, because we've been making like probably $500 every month at least going towards this wedding, our rings, our honeymoon. And that's at least. I know in the month of January, we had like $1,200 coming out of our account for paying all this stuff off. So it's really going to be huge whenever we're saving money together, and whatever money, not that I'm expecting anything, but whatever money we get from our wedding, you know what I mean? Because we will be getting that. So hopefully by this Christmas, we'll be in a house, And by next Christmas, I have dreams and aspirations of opening my own store in downtown Kingsport. And hopefully by next Christmas, I will have quit my job and having my own business. And that's like not forever, because I definitely have more goals and aspirations that I want to build off of. But that's like, to put it into album terms, it's like if I'm Kanye West, then opening my sneaker store is just my college dropout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know, yeah.
I still got late registration, graduation, and then I got my beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy on the horizon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like, I got more coming, you know what I mean?
That's a great goal. That's a great goal to set. And it is really cool to see, like, you two. Me and Hannah talk about it all the time, but like, out of all of our friends and everything, like, seeing two people that really, like, truly love each other and truly, like, work well together. Obviously, like, love is there in a lot of the relationships of our friends, but like, truly being able to, like, work well together and both be, like, goal oriented, setting goals, accomplishing goals, like, getting stuff done, and like both having that work ethic and being able to work well together is really, really cool to see.
Yeah.
Because I truly believe like that's what makes a relationship work in marriage.
Yeah.
Is being able to consistently put the work in and not getting like comfortable and satisfied. Because as soon as that starts happening, like, you got to be careful, because sometimes that feeling fades.
Yeah.
You know that.
Of course.
And you know, especially with marriage and stuff and relationships, I feel like the love, like that honeymoon feeling, that like giddiness and that love, that lovey-dovey feeling, it comes and goes.
Yeah.
You know, you're not always gonna feel that way.
Yeah.
But if you can find somebody that you can consistently wake up and like choose to love them, even when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Even when like you're going through something, or like you guys had an argument or something, you can still wake up and choose to fight and choose to love them, regardless of how you're feeling, is what really helps and like makes that relationship blossom.
I completely agree. And I think, like, I was reading, the last book that I read was Wild at Heart by John Eldredge. He is a Christian author, but it's not like, and I don't mean this in any type of way, but it's not some corny, like, not some corny self-help whatever book, you know. I mean, he's not shoving God down your throat, but he is in a healthy sense. And one like connection that he draws in this book is, and this, I feel like this is great relationship advice to anybody watching, and it changed my life, and how I viewed that was, in every romantic book or movie, it's like always the knight in shining armor coming to save the princess in a castle. He's got to go through the lava pits. He's got to fight the dragon. He has to conquer all the people on the way up to the castle to get to her. And that's just what that's saying is, the perfect girl does not exist. The perfect, like, there is a perfect person for you, but you have to fight for that relationship. Those dragons, everything you got to fight along the way is you fighting for her. She's gonna have problems just like you have problems, but you have to be that knight, put on the armor. And it's like, what that armor is for you is preparing yourself every day, waking up, going to the gym, gaining knowledge, being healthy, and like, so you got to put that armor on before you can even show up. So be the person that you're meant to be, then show up for her and help her fight her battles, whatever she's going through. You know what I mean? I mean, you are the man. You do have to be strong. And maybe that's just how I was raised, and I think that you can vouch for that's how you were raised as well. We are men in the relationship. You know what I mean? And I mean, yeah, she has her own voice and everything, but like, golly, dude, it's like we are the men. I feel that way. It may be old, maybe by the book, whatever, but I strongly feel that way.
No, I agree with that 100%. I think in relationships that we see ourselves in, I feel like we're very, it could be looked at as like traditional, but I definitely think the quote that best encapsulates that is, you know, a husband provides the house and a wife makes it a home. You know, so we both have our own roles in this relationship, Not that one is more important than the other. They're both equally important, and they both are equally difficult to achieve. But we have our own roles, and we complement each other well. And I think that's what, kind of God intended for us to do is, let the man be a man and let the woman be a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Support each other in those roles. Embrace your wife's femininity, and your wife embraces your masculinity, because there's nothing wrong with being a masculine man and a feminine woman. There's nothing wrong with a man expressing his feminine side, and there's nothing wrong with a woman embracing her masculinity side. We're humans. We have all the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just some stuff comes out a little bit more than others.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, I completely agree. And to get a little spiritual on you, like they say that we, in from a Christian standpoint, we are made in the image of God, but we do not know what God looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, both men and women are made in the image of God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like exactly what you're saying, everything is intended how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Of course. So, yeah, like you just said, let that woman be feminine, let that man be masculine, and let them both embrace the opposite sides. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I fully agree with that, and I really like that.
Yeah, and as long as you keep kind of like an open mind about everything, and you have really good communication, you can be vulnerable and like completely honest with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Situations arise, and as long as you guys can talk about it, you can figure out the best course forward.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that is the man stepping in and taking control of the situation,
mm-hmm.
or the wife stepping in and taking control of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you guys have an open dialogue,
yeah,
and nobody's stepping on each other's feet, you guys understand, okay, this situation really needs a man's touch to it, or this situation really needs a woman's grace to it.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
That's kind of all we're really saying. It's not necessarily know your role, but more so just know what you do best, know what your partner does best, and come together and put your best foot forward and do the best you can and keep open communication.
Yeah, I agree. And dude, I've definitely gone against that before. It's so easy for pride and ego to step in sometimes, and you definitely got to check that, because there's definitely been times where I've tried to be the only one in control and be like, look, we need to do this. This is the but you got to step back, hear her, be like, look, I hear you, I understand what you're saying. Here's my perspective, and let's pick the best one. Instead of, I can definitely be like, no, we need to do it like this. This makes the most sense. But if you actually take time and just listen to your partner, and I know this can go both ways, and sometimes women can be how women can be. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying anything whenever I say that, because men can be how men can be. We all have faults, but we're here for each other, and having that open dialogue is so necessary to fully understand your partner and collaborating instead of debating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Debating or arguing anything like that. That was a little tangent, but I guess we can go back a little bit to I'm so excited for this weekend, because you guys are gonna have your wedding on Friday, and then turn around, and then we're going to a freaking throwdown party
on Saturday,
dude. Oh, yeah. Saturday is gonna be a blast.
I know. I'm so excited for Saturday.
Yeah, and that's the Arbor Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's that new venue out in Limestone that they created. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
looks really cool.
Dude, we got so lucky. The first 3 people that booked that venue got it for half the price.
Wow.
So, and we were the second people to book it, dude. So that was a huge blessing, and we got so lucky. And actually, we found out that only 5 people were able to book that place, and then the owner sold it. So it's no longer I don't know what the next people are going to turn it into, whether they're going to continue it being a venue or they're going to turn it into whatever they want to. But they grandfathered the people in that booked it to still have their receptions or parties, whatever it is there. Mm-hmm. So who knows what that's going to be, but we definitely just right place, right time, booked it.
Yeah.
Still get to be in there.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good time for sure. And then I guess your wedding, it's in North Carolina, right?
Yep.
Where is it in North Carolina?
It's called Black Balsam. It's on the top of the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, dude,
I love the Blue Ridge
it's awesome.
Parkway.
Mm-hmm. We booked this elopement service. We hike up a mountain. The view is amazing. So, and then we're allowed to have 10 people, and that 10 people literally, obviously, me and her are not included in those 10 people, but it was my 4 brothers, my dad, my mom, my stepmom, her dad, her brother. Perfectly fit that 10 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, Christian was going to be my best man, but he can't, like, be there, so he's going to marry us. You know, yeah.
Oh, really?
Christian's going to be there. He got officiated, and he's going to marry us.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And talking about this with you is, like, kind of crazy, because I know that, like, Dominic is your best man.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not that we're talking about this, but it's like me and you have also that relationship that's just so strong, and it's like I could really have. We're so good friends with the friends we do have that's like we could really have like 4 best men. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. But no. I mean, I get what you're saying, but no, dude, I'm invited to this. Like, that's really the only thing. Like, I don't expect anything from you.
Yeah.
I mean, I expect, like, to be invited to your wedding.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't invite me to your wedding, I'd be like,
what the heck, dude?
What?
Yeah.
We gotta talk about this
Yeah.
on the podcast,
Yeah.
bud. But no, I mean, that's literally the only thing, is just to be there for a day like that is, like, the only thing I would expect.
Yeah.
Out of you guys. But other than that, it's like, no, dude, I just want to be there to celebrate you guys.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of if you even if you had like a traditional wedding and you know, did it at the Arbor and everything, like, I wouldn't even expect to be in the wedding.
No, dude.
You know what I mean? It's just like,
I need you to know that you would be.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know you guys have
like,
decided to do it a little bit different, like the elopement and stuff, and just small. But you all coming back and doing the reception, that's really cool, and that's gonna be a blast.
I know. Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a liquid IV that night and the morning after.
Me too, dude.
That's gonna be a rough one.
Yeah, let me pick your brain on this. So I am a Christian. I have family members that are very Christian, but we're choosing to have a open bar at our wedding. So it's like that definitely can draw a conflict in me, but it's the only conflict that's there is feeling judgment by those certain family members. But at the same time, I'm like, let me get that out of my head. I'm like, these people love me, and it's like, okay, also this is me, so accept it at the same time. But that's just like a mental battle that at the same time I really should care less about.
Yeah,
it's like we're celebrating us. But it's also like this is us.
Yeah.
So I don't want anybody at my wedding that won't be there for my marriage. You know what I mean?
I know. I definitely think you should put that out of your head, because that is like that's a little bit more traditional value, I guess, of like not drinking and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think times have changed a little bit. I've definitely been to weddings where they didn't want alcohol served, and you know, they just don't see they think it's kind of like a contradiction to have a wedding and, you know, say vows before God and then, you know, also drink. But I don't see it that way.
I don't either.
You know, I just see, it's not like we're, I don't know, have vices and are alcoholics, and you know what I mean? It's just like we're celebrating. We're having drinks, and like obviously some people will get a little bit too drunk. It happens, because alcohol is a slippery slope, and especially when vibes are high. It's like, I'll take another shot, or I'll have another beer, and it's very easy to get a little bit too gone. But I just think it's more so just like a celebration, happiness, and you know, like you said, this is you guys.
This is us.
This is your day.
This is us.
It's your all's day. That's the only thing that matters, is what you guys want and what's gonna make you guys happy, you know. And I would definitely put that online. But I understand where you're coming from, because there are some families that are like that.
Yeah.
You know. But nah, dude, I just have a good time. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Make it your day and do it the best you want.
Yeah, no, I agree. And we had dinner with my aunt KK and my uncle Bobby last night, because they're not gonna be able to be at the reception. But my uncle Bobby, he gave me really great advice, and he was just like, just do it for you guys. You know what I mean? You're gonna be together for the next eternity. You know what I mean? He's like, just do it for you. And just that alone definitely puts it in perspective. And like we've been saying, this is us. You know what I mean? And it's not like a take it or leave it type deal. It is in a sense, but it's like that's not the energy that I'm trying to put out there.
I know.
And I don't want to be wrong, because I know that my family loves me regardless. So, but
yeah,
anyway,
exactly. And I mean, obviously, if you can't just look at you and the fact that you drink and just totally write you off completely.
Exactly.
You've done so many other things. You know, you are an entrepreneur in a sense of, like, with your YouTube channel and with real estate. Like, you're not just some guy that's just, you know, working a dead end job and coming home and killing a pack of beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got other stuff going on. You're working all the time.
Yeah.
You know, you're a super hard worker. So is Hannah.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, dude.
I mean, she busts her ass too, and I can see it. You know, especially looking from the outside in. Like, so if anybody was to cast a judgment just because you drink alcohol, and if they see that and also see the bigger picture, and that's just too big of a hurdle for them to get over, like, that's kind of on them at that point.
Yeah.
You know, because you all drinking alcohol does not define who you are as people.
Yeah.
Even though I guess, I don't know where that stigma has come from, whether it's like traditional values or whatnot, or just like people having negative experiences in their life of like drunks and alcoholics and like seeing what it's done to people, which I understand that side of things, but at the same time, it's just like, it's not alcohol's fault. It's the person.
Yeah.
It's the decisions and vices that person has. Alcohol is just the tool they choose to use.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a lot of things.
There's plenty of other vices.
Yeah.
And I guarantee people that cast judgment on that vice have 10 of their own vices that shouldn't be casting judgment on, because people can easily cast judgment right back.
Yeah. It's like the saying of, like, why are you gonna go around and pick splinters out of other people whenever you got a log yourself? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, or I mean, just like, don't throw stones when you live in a glass house.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess once you guys we do your reception and everything, you are going on to your honeymoon down in Georgia.
Yeah. St. Simon's Island.
St. Simon's Island.
Yeah.
They got like a little like resort down there.
Yeah, we wanted to go to Hawaii, but like with wanting to buy a house and starting a family soon, and then me opening up my own business within the next 2 years, it's like, okay, the cheapest you can go to Hawaii, you're at least spending $5,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially like an all-inclusive resort, because that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll spend way more money than you'll spend way more money very easily.
Yeah. So for a little bit more than a quarter of that, less than a half. So for like a third of that price.
For like a little more than a quarter, a little less than a half.
Yeah. for a third of that price, we were able to book a luxury resort. It only has 14 rooms in the whole place. St. Simon's Island, Georgia. It's called Ocean Lodge Resort. Dude, it's so nice. I mean, if you just look it up, like look up the place, it's beautiful, dude. It's awesome. Like our room, we got the penthouse room was booked, so we have the room right underneath that. And it is so nice. Like, you step out on our balcony, we have a hot tub, we have our own lap pool.
Oh, that's
which
sick.
is crazy.
That is sick.
And we got it for, dude, a heck of a deal. You know, we step outside. We're not ocean front, but across the street is the ocean. So we step out on the side of our balcony and see the whole ocean. You know what I mean? And it's like a 45-second walk. You know what I mean? It's right across the street.
Basically oceanfront.
It's basically oceanfront. But dude, yeah. So that's where we will be whenever this episode of the podcast drops, and I'm really stoked on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that for you,
Mm-hmm.
especially be chilling out by the pool or on the beach and being like, well, the podcast just dropped. Let's crank this thing on.
Exactly.
You know? But yeah, I guess that was kind of the whole focus of this podcast, was to get you to like give your backstory with you and Hannah, because this week is kind of like a special week for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting married, you know, you're gonna be husband and wife, and we just wanted to like share that side of everything with everybody at home. I guess if you want, we jump on over to the starting five segment.
Starting five, bro.
Starting five segment.
All right. I went first last time, so I'll let you go first this time. But in the comments, we let people comment. Granted, we dropped episode 2 at a later time, and then today is the 4th of July, so we understand that not many people were able to watch it in that time. But we did have a comment of someone that suggested the next starting five, and we flipped a coin before we started it on if it was going to be starting 5 albums of all time or breakfast foods. Coin landed on breakfast foods.
Yep.
So these are our starting 5 breakfast foods of all time. Personal opinions.
Yeah, definitely personal opinion.
Yeah.
But, so myself, when it comes to breakfast foods, breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. I mean, it is top tier of all foods that are out there, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I am more of a savory breakfast food type guy.
I understand.
I do like sweets. I do have a sweet on my list, but we'll just go ahead and get into it, because number 5, French toast. French toast is so fire. I can make a bomb French toast. I can also make a bomb anabolic French toast. Yeah. So it cuts down the calories, ups the protein, and it's so freaking good. And is one of the only like sweet foods that I will like go out of my way to order for breakfast. So my number 5 is French toast. My number 4, not just bacon, but that crispy bacon. When it's like you bite into it and it all just kind of like falls apart in your mouth, and it is, pause. But it that crispy bacon, when it's got like the outside, you're just starting to get a little like black, but the whole inside's that real dark color.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, crispy bacon is unmatched.
Oh.
So my number 4 is crispy bacon. My number 3, over easy eggs. Over easy eggs. Keep that yolk intact. Keep that yolk to where like when you bite into the yolk, cut into the yolk, it just all kind of like comes out. The yolk is delicious. I know it's not the most nutritious, but it's got a little bit of fats in it, but I don't care because it is freaking delicious. Over easy eggs, number 3. My number 2, and I was kind of struggling between my number 1 and number 2. My number 2, biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy, especially us being in the South.
Oh yeah.
There's so many places that have like really good biscuits and gravy, and I mean, dude, for some reason it's just in my blood. If you give me biscuits and gravy, I'm probably gonna be okay and not need anything else.
Yeah.
I may order a side of my number 1, but biscuits and gravy is definitely one of those ones where it's just a hitter every freaking time you order it.
It is.
My number 1, hash browns.
Hash browns.
And not like your McDonald's, like...
Yep.
McDonald's hash browns are good. And don't get me wrong, but not those types of hash browns. I'm talking about the ones where they take the potato, they take a grater, and they grate that thing up to these little straws, and then they take that, and they throw it on the grill, and they get it crispy on the bottom, and they flip that thing over, and it is basically like a pancake consistency.
Yeah.
Crispy on both sides, and the inside is just a little bit underdone.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Hash browns unfreaking matched. And then you can take, 1 through 4 on my list and just mix everything up, and dude, it is so good. I could eat my daily recommended calories in one meal at breakfast
For sure. Oh man.
So yeah, my starting 5 breakfast foods are gonna go French toast at number 5, crispy bacon at number 4, over easy eggs at number 3, biscuits and gravy at number 2, and the crispy hash browns at number 1.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I mean, I respect that heavily, and I mean, a lot of my starting five consists of a lot of the same things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and round mine up real quick. So from 5 to 1, number 5 coming in, I'm gonna have to put waffles.
Okay.
Dude, a Reese waffle, peanut butter and chocolate chips on that joint.
Mm-hmm.
Son, oh my gosh, that's last time we went to Waffle House. I got a blueberry chocolate chip waffle, but 9 times out of 10, I'm getting that Reese cup waffle at Waffle House, dude. So fire. I have a horrible sweet tooth. I'm talking about I put butter on that thing, spread the chocolate chips and peanut butter, then douse that thing in syrup, and I'm happier than a pig and shit, dude.
Yeah.
Man, it's so good. So number 5, Reese cup waffle.
Okay.
Number 4, I'm gonna go bacon.
Bacon.
I'm a crispy bacon, dude.
Okay.
And like you said, just crispy bacon. Not microwavable bacon, but like that crispy bacon where the edges are hard. It's got a little bit of fat on it. So, but when you bite into it, it just kind of melts in your mouth a little bit. Oh my gosh. So, crispy bacon.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm gonna put pancakes.
Okay.
I'm gonna put pancakes. That's the sweet side of me. I love a good chocolate chip peanut butter pancake.
Yeah.
Like we make those pancakes all the time. Put some peanut butter chips, chocolate chips in it. I said chocolate chips. Chocolate chips in it. Oh, it's so good. And that's my number 3. Number 2, biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Number 2 is biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy is fire.
Oh man, shout out Cafe 93, dude.
Oh yeah.
Best biscuit and gravy around here. Oh my gosh, whenever you worked at Fastenal, we got it every single Friday.
Yeah.
So good, like that is the best.
I would literally be 99% on my diet just so that way I could gorge myself on Friday mornings with that food. That was so good.
Oh dude, and hit a great workout after that too.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And before I get to my number 1, I definitely have to have an honorable mention because I could replace this item with any of the 4 I just mentioned.
Okay.
Hash browns. And the hash browns you're talking about. Like those hash browns you get at Cafe 93, those hash browns you get at Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, not Chick-fil-A's hash browns, not Hardee's hash browns, not McDonald's hash browns. I'm talking about that grated hash brown.
The way your mama made them.
The way your mama made them, dude.
Yeah.
So good. And I could easily put that on the list. But for my number 1,
Now that you said that hash browns aren't your number 1, now I'm I don't know what this is gonna be.
yeah, that's my honorable mention. My number 1 was on your list too. My number 1 is over easy eggs, dude.
Okay, yeah.
I could freaking drink the yolk.
Yeah.
Like, dude, when I get those on an all-star special at Waffle House, I got my piece of toast. After I eat all my eggs with salt and pepper on them, take that toast and soak up all the yolk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Over easy eggs are my number 1. I can eat that plain all day and I feel good. I mean, like you said, the yolk has a little bit of cholesterol in it, a little bit of fat, but whatever. I love that.
Good cholesterol.
Good cholesterol.
It
Healthy fat, yeah. So, my number 1 over easy eggs. So,
Okay.
but that is my starting 5, and you know his. Feel free to let us know your starting 5 breakfast foods in the comments, and just like the last episode, let us know what you want to see the next starting 5 in the next episode.
Yeah, and we'll have a lot of time we'll have an entire, hopefully an entire week. By the time this one drops, we'll have like a week.
Yeah.
And we could even take from the last video's comments.
Yeah.
If we really need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, comment, let us know what next starting 5 should be.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we'll pick the most liked comment. And yeah, the next starting 5 will be determined there. But we'll have a little bit more time because I would say we'd probably film the next episode after you get back from your honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Starting 5 segment. But I guess at this point, that's where we're gonna leave it off.
Yeah, that's it.
Man, I can't wait to celebrate with you this weekend. It's gonna be great.
I know.
And I hope you guys have a great time and down in Georgia at St. Simon's Island. It's gonna be an awesome time. So yeah, I guess leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, and we appreciate you all.
We
All
do.
right, man.
Let's do it again.
Yep.
All right. Peace.
Bro, that's off the rip.